I don't think you're ready for the sauce you're about to see. What is up, people? I'm back with some more EX3 gameplay. My buddy Hunter on the left is playing Dorbick Rush. So we see the Geomon over the Digimon and then playing Hero of the Skies for a cost of 2 just to draw a couple of cards. This deck is a really cool concept. You're basically just playing a ton of draw and consistency cards and just turboing out Dorbickmon and 5-checking your opponents. We are going to be playing Crossheart on the right. I'm going to play Taiki and then passing the turn. With that, our opponent is going to swing with the Geomon, draw a couple cards, and play a hero to round things off. I'm going to evolve Starmons and then play an Akari, playing the Darulmon out, and then deleting the Geomon so that my opponent doesn't get another +2 off of that for free and checking another security card. And lastly, round it off with another Taiki. So a pretty strong start by me. You definitely love to see double Taiki that early on. And I'm going to be able to swing with the Starmons and stuff as well to be able to get some more draws. Geomon number 2 is going to hit the board. And then we're all of a sudden just going to Digi-Cross turn 2 with the Master Tyrannomon, Greymon, Voltramon, Geomon X, and Jazzerichmon for a Dorbickmon costing 3. Being able to swing since he's got Rush, he is checking a total of 5 cards with all of his inheriteds. But extremely fortunately for me, the second check is going to be a Wyvern's Breath. Now, he didn't actually suspend the hero to make Dorbick 14,000, but in this scenario, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. We are going to be able to kill the tower, so that is very, very fortunate for me. And then just going to play a Fireball to pass the turn, recuperating, drawing a couple more cards, and probably going to try to do the same thing again in the next turn. I'm going to go ahead and start with 2, swinging with the Starmons, getting a +1 off of that, hitting a Voltramon, and then saving the Starmons underneath one of my Tamers here. And then it's possible I'm ready for a Digi-Cross. We've got quite a lot of cards in hand, as well as double Taiki to be able to make that happen. We got the Cross 5, so we are going to play the Cross 5 using the Taiki effect when you Digi-Cross to use materials underneath your Tamers. Starmons, Darulu, Sparrow, Shout, and Ballista for a total cost of 0. Ordering up our stack a little bit and then playing the Shoutmon Cross 5 for a cost of 0. Of course, triggering the Akari to draw 1 card. We've got Rush, so we can swing right away, drawing card off the Starmons, and then checking it 2 is really, really crazy. And then, of course, we got the Reboot blocker as well, which is fine against most decks, but Dorbickmon, unfortunately, is able to pop a card when you summon him that is equal to 3,000, and then you gain, I think, plus 2,000 on that maximum for each material you've got. So if you got 5 materials, you can kill a 13k or lower. We are just going to use the Cross 4 now. To be able to use this effect of Digi-Cross, and then using Taiki, of course, drawing 2 off of that, swinging right away, being able to check 1 card, drawing card. We do die to an Omnimon, of course not getting the end of attack, but we will get the material save. And I do want to mention one thing. Our opponent's playing Omnimon, BT, 5 Omnimon with Blitz in this deck. However, we're not going to see it in the game, unfortunately, because you actually cannot Omnimon on top of a Dorbick for a game in the sense that you would think, right? You think you might be able to, Dorbick swing everything Omnimon game, but no, because Dorbickmon doesn't gain Rush for the turn. It itself has Rush. So if you evolve an Omnimon, it will have Summoning Sickness, so you won't actually be able to attack with it. So that's just something to keep in mind, guys, if you do want to build this deck. I'll probably have a list up on my channel at some point around the time this video drops, so if it's not up yet, stay tuned for that. We are going to go ahead and swing with the Geomon X and then block with the Shoutmon because I fear a Dorbick, so if Dorbick hits the board, we're going to lose our ability to block anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and block it right away. Red Memory Boost for a cost of 3 is going to reveal a bunch of cards, and then grabbing the Dorbickmon from amongst those to the hand. But fortunately for me, my opponent is just going to pass turn with the Hero of the Skies, leaving me with 2 memory, not able to finish off the game. I'm going to go ahead, swing into security, draw a card. Hitting the last security card, I do have minus 2,000 in my opponent's security with Darulmon effect, putting the Dorbick to 10k, and then my Shoutmon Cross 5 is going to die anyway. So we're going to think here on a little bit on which materials to save. So going to save the 3 that I don't have underneath my Tamers already. at least a Shoutmon. I guess I have multiples, so it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and use Taiki to use the cross 5 and use the total of 5 materials to be able to swing 4 games. So guys, that's going to be game number 1 here. Game number 2, Dorbick is going to go ahead and have the first move, Digimon is hatched. Digimon X is Digivolve for a cost of 0, and then we're just going to see Hero of the Skies drawing 2 cards, putting me to 2 memory. So I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit of an unideal opening, I think. Or at least not the best. I had a Taiki, I think, for sure. So that's definitely something you want to see early on. Our opponent does have a pretty strong start as well. Rookie plus draw card is pretty much what you want to see for that. So we are just going to play Taiki, no level 3. We're just going to revealing 4. And seeing the double Shoutmon is a little bit unfortunate, but that's definitely better than nothing. So we're just going to go ahead, add the Shoutmon, and then slot the Shoutmon underneath the Taiki. So we've got a rookie for next turn, or a potential search. Guillimon's going to swing. Digimon drawing 1, hitting a Crimson Blaze, killing off the little lizard, and then preventing our opponent from playing things via card effect, but not sure that's really going to matter. Hero is going to hit the board once again, and then pass it over to me. Shoutmon is going to be Digivolved for a cost of 0. Shoutmon on your egg feels a little bit bad because you would typically like to hold that until you play it from hand and then get the plus 2 off of it potentially. But I digress. Ballistamon is going to come down with the Zenjiro, and then Taikari, putting the opponent to 3 since we did gain a memory back off of the Zenjiro. Fireball, going to draw 2. Not the most interactive deck, Dorbickmon. You really just sit there, draw a ton of cards, and then wait until you have the right pieces so you can OTK your opponents. It's still a pretty cool concept, but honestly, guys, it is a little bit boring to play, albeit pretty effective at what it does. So Shoutmon is going to swing into security, hitting a Cordramon, unfortunately for me, is going to kill the Shoutmon via battle, and then at the end of the battle, plays itself. So our opponent's going to get the draw 2, and then of course that is another swing for the next turn. So Taiki's going to come down, revealing 4. Bottom decking a Wyvern's Breath is super unlucky, meaning there is just 1 less in security, and then there's also 1 in my hand. If you saw from that shot, my hand does have a Wyvern's Breath already, so that's really unlucky. So there's probably nothing in security saving me at this point. We are going to Digicross with Jazarichimon, Majiramon, Voltramon, Master Tyranno, and the Guilliomon X for a total of 3 cost on Dorbickmon, deleting the Ballistamon, and then being able to swing. And then since I've got no Digimon with Digivolution cards, Dorbick can unsuspend. So we are 12,000 checking for Crimson Blaze coming down is really clutch, but it is not going to be quite enough to save me. 9,000 minus 9k on the Dorbick with the Sunrise, but no extra Tamer in hand. And the last card being Taiki. If only those were the other way around, I would have been saved, guys. But that is going to be game number 2, Dorbickmon taking that pretty swiftly. So game number 3, I think I'm going to start. But I remember this game was the worst hand out of all of the 3, so we are just going to play Zenjiro pass with no Ballistamon. So absolutely terrible opening. Guilliomon is going to be Digivolve, and Hero, once again, seemingly my opponent had this combo every single game. Hero plus Guilliomon is going to be a really strong start, guaranteeing him the 3 memory, putting me to 1, getting the plus 2 next turn, getting some draws as well. But his hand not the best we see there. He's got double Dorbick and then 2 pieces and then a Guilliomon, but the Guilliomon will unbrick him. He's going to draw 1 off turn and then draw 2 off the Guilliomon. He's got to follow up Guilliomon for the following turn as well, so I think he's going to get there eventually. Once you draw into like a couple of your draw cards, that'll be enough. We are just going to pass, and then Dorbick going to bring out the Guilliomon, swinging into security, drawing a couple of cards, hitting a Sparamon, so we're going to kill the Guilliomon at least. And then after that, we are going to see Hero of the Skies drawing 2 cards after the fact that we already drew some more off of the Guilliomon, and then we're just going to Fireball, putting me to 1, drawing 2 more, and replenishing our hand for a possible Dorbick play. Zenjiro number 2, hitting the board, no Ballista once again. Digimon going to be hatched. We see that second Guilliomon is going to be Digivolve, drawing into the Greymon. Guilliomon X Digivolve for a cost of 0, getting us another draw. And we know we've got, I think, 4 of the pieces at this point, probably all 5. So we're going to go ahead and cross our 5 dragons here, checking a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards and unsuspending. Again, he could definitely tap the hero here. I don't think it's super relevant against the Crossheart deck because Wyvern's Breath is going to kill you anyways, but there's going to be nothing that's going to save me, guys. So that is going to be a swift victory for Dorbick. At least these games don't take very long, so there's that. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you're interested in the Dorbick profile, like I said, it'll be on my channel at some point soon, if not already. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next one.